So a friend suggested that I do this as a YouTube video, so I can certainly try it. Um, I want to start off with a couple books that I bought the other day. I get my shipments from DCBS, Digital Comic Book Service, but a lot of times you don't realize something's coming out that you want, and so there's a couple comic book shops that I've been stopping by. But recently, yeah, go ahead, Jackson. Um, Recently, I this past what was it, Thursday, I was coming back from the Philadelphia area, and I had to make a side trip, and I went through this little town, and I noticed this new comic shop that I had seen before, but I had actually pulled into their parking lot one time, and there was a sign that said no parking. I'm like, well, where am I supposed to park? It's like one of these little towns that has a whole bunch of different little shops in it. So I thought, well, I'll find the major parking area. So this time I drive it through, and I see there's a car parked there. And it occurred to me that maybe they just didn't want you to park in front of. There was a meter right under the sign, so I parked there and I walked in. And I said, "Hey, is it okay to park out there?" He says, "Oh yeah, just don't park in front of that meter, and everything's fine." I said, "Oh, okay." So really nice shop. Trying to think of the name of the town. I can't think of it. I'll try to remember and mention the shop and everything because it's a really nice place. Um, but the main reason I stopped there was because I was looking for. I found out too late to order it, and I probably could have ordered it after the fact, but I didn't. But I found out that Eric Larson is teaming up with Todd McFarlane on Spawn, and I'm a fan of Eric Larson. I know, early on, I liked his Savage Dragon, but it didn't seem to have much of a story. But then, and I probably bought, like, I don't know, maybe 60 issues before I finally said, you know what, I'm not reading this. I'm not enjoying it. So, and then later on, I was at a convention and there was a whole bunch of them cheap. So I bought a whole bunch of issues for a lower price, a very good price, as a matter of fact. And found out that, hey, there is a story going on now. So I went back and I started buying Savage Dragon again. Well, now I find out that Eric Larson is teaming up with Todd McFarlane on Spawn, so I wanted to get issue number 258. So that was my main reason for stopping. I had stopped at another shop and they didn't have it, but this shop did, and it's Eric Larson and Todd McFarlane's Spawn. Is that okay? Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading that. I don't know much about it, but hey, that'll be good. So I was looking around. What else do they have? That I might be interested in. And I saw this Paper Girls #1. It's by Brian K. Vaughan, Cliff Chang. I love Cliff Chang's artwork, so I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to go for it. Then I pick it up and I look, and it's a big, thick issue, and it's $2.99. Now it might be thick because it's got better quality paper, but it seems to have a lot of pages in it. So, hey, I like a bargain. I'm sorry. Then I walk up to the counter, and I see this little small press digest size comic book, and well, here, come on, Pumpkin Kid. I get the impression, just from the lettering and everything, that the fellow that does this, and I don't even know if he has his name in here or anything. Let me just see. It's called Pumpkin Kid: The Beginning, and yeah, I don't see any credits as to who did it or anything, but okay, it's interesting. It's color. It's he's definitely on the right track. I mean, I did look through it and I was having trouble actually following what's going on, but I'm sure he'll get better with time. And if he doesn't, well, he's not going to sell too many. But I'm going to go through it again and really try to concentrate and see what's going on. But I asked the guy, I said, how much is it? And he said, gee, I don't even know. He said, we just told him we'd take them on consignment. And, oh, yeah, there's a little price tag on the back, $1.89. I thought, okay, it's in color. We charge $1 for Dutchy Digest, so what the heck, So I'll report back if I know any more. So that was it for that. And then Friday, the 4th, I got my DCBS order. Unfortunately, we were away at a company function where it's kind of a Christmas thing for our customers. So I was away doing that, and got home today, and I am now opening my monthly comic box. Isn't this exciting? So, here we go. Stuffing and a big wad of comic books here, and a book and a previews. So let's just start with the comics. See what we got here. This is everything I've ordered for the last, that's come in for me for the last month on my pull list, or my, things that I ordered after the fact that are not actually on the pull list, but I should put them on if there's something that I want to keep. Does that make any sense? Yeah. All right. Some kind of free issue 4 of the Comic Book Legal Defender. It was a free, it's thrown in there. So, okay, let's look and see what we got here. All right, well, book 1 of the Dark Knight 3 Master Race. Somebody mentioned, actually Derek Coward was mentioning how expensive this was, and it just doesn't look any thicker than anything else. $5.99. No, I don't know. Huh. Anyway, I thought he said it was like $10 or something, but yeah, it's $5.99, so it wasn't too bad. It looks like it might be a few pages longer. It's Frank Miller, Brian Azzarello, Kubert, one of the Kuberts, and yeah, I mean, I got the first issue only because I wanted to see if it was something that I, if I liked it, because I'm going to buy the trade if I like it at all. So that's where I'm going with that one. Rebels is up to issue number 8, and I think the last time I opened a box, I said I'd read 4 issues, and I'm still only read 4 issues of Rebels, but it's about the pre-Revolutionary War. Dark Side War. Looks like there's the Dark Side War Shazam, and Dark Side War Green Lantern came in this month. I've been following that one. I can't say that I'm way up on it, but I've read a couple issues of it anyway. Batman Beyond, I've been enjoying that because, well, a lot of things changed after the last event from DC. I'm blanking on the name of it, but the multiple worlds thing. So yeah. Anyway, that's a book that I enjoyed the first couple issues. I'm a couple behind on that one. Airboy number 4. I think it's actually number 4 of 4. The first issue was insane. Haven't read 2 and 3. Here's number 4, so maybe I'll finish the whole thing. Invincible. It's interesting. It's called a Reboot, Part 1 of 3, or a Reboot ? Part 1 of 3. So that's that might be interesting to see if the story does get rebooted, because there's a bunch of issues that I'm missing, so it'd be nice to be able to just pick it up and start reading it and then go back and eventually, get the others. The last of the Bizarro issues, I had that on my pull list. I wasn't real thrilled, quite frankly, with the first and second issues, but I just let it go through, so we'll see what happens. Mentioned Savage Dragon earlier. Well, okay, there's Savage Dragon, and looks like somebody's in trouble. So yeah, I got to catch up on this one. I'm way behind on that, which is the story of my life, This one I saw at the comic shop the other day, but then luckily I remembered that I had ordered it. It's Jim Henson's The Storyteller, Tale 1 of 4 Dragons. I don't know, looks interesting. Cyborg, we'll see. I'm not sure how far I'm going to go on this one, but I was enjoying it the first couple issues, so I'll check it out one of these days. And until then, I'll probably keep buying it, so I should probably do it. Batman Beyond, A New Dawn. Wait a minute. what was it? What I was talking about before? Batman Beyond 6. Oh, and there's number 7. Well, what do you know? Wow, I got two in the same pack. And it looks like A New Dawn. Looks like maybe there's a new storyline going on, so we'll see what happened there. Spirit, number 5. I've read 1 and 2. Again, I'm way behind. Wild's End, The Enemy Within. I haven't read any of this second story. The first story was amazing. I loved it. It's a cross between Wind in the Willows and War of the Worlds. So if that's something that you think you might be interested in, you'll definitely like this one. Lois and Clark, number 2. Read the first issue. Really enjoyed it. I think this is a mini-series. Doesn't actually say, but I'm pretty sure it's a mini-series. So I talked about it last. Well, it's another alternative world where Superman from this world. What am I trying to think of? The Superman from this world is now at this world, and it's just an interesting premise. Superman. I was buying this because, well, Romita was doing the artwork. I just found out like last issue that, oh, wait a minute, he's not doing the artwork anymore. It's not bad. I mean, Porter's good. I got to catch up with it. Again, it's one of those issues I'm going to catch up with, and I'm going to decide whether I need to keep reading it. And last but not least, Justice League 3001. The first couple issues were just made me laugh. They're kind of a dark humor, and I love dark humor, so pick that up. And of course, the previews magazine. Always first thing I read. I mean, it's always fun to read the previews because it's like having the wish book again. And last but not least would be Dick Tracy, the comic strip, the complete Dick Tracy. This is 1959 to 61. It's volume 19. Not sure how many more volumes of this I'm going to go with. I mean, I know I loved it as a kid, but as I look back at those strips, they were pretty crazy, kind of science fiction-y, whatever. But I'll check it out and see. Again, I'm way behind. I'm back in the 40s yet. So anyway, that's it. That's everything I got in my order this week. And like I said, a friend of mine said, you should do your unboxings and post them on Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube, so people can see them. Anybody, maybe that listens to KomicsKast on those rare occasions that I get around to doing it, at least you get to see what I'm talking about. Okay, talk to you later.